Let's take a look at Lewis Hamilton's wonderful pole position lap of yesterday, up to 185 miles now on the long pit straight. Looking for the 100-meter board on the left-hand side for the braking point. Get the nose of the car into the corner. Remember, he's carrying race fuel now. The car is pretty heavy. He'll have to brake just a little bit earlier and the car won't turn in as sharply as normal. He misses the apex slightly at turn 3 as he's waiting for the tyres to come on song. Cautious through 4, absolutely full throttle through turn 5, straighten the car up, directly underneath the canopy of the trees, brake hard for 6. There it is. Now it's beginning to get on those curves. 7's a sweeping left-hander. 8, easy right. Bring it to the left-hand side for the crucial braking point of 9. You must get into this corner early. Pick up the throttle. Move to the outside of the racetrack. Squeeze up against the wall for best acceleration. Up to 185 miles an hour, the best 2 corners on the racetrack, turns 11 and 12. Look at this, 140 miles an hour. Hamilton is awesome through there. Building up to 180 miles an hour one more time. And lucky for some, turn 13. Hamilton squeezes the brake with his left foot. Turns in, picks up the throttle with his right foot. 140 miles an hour for the important turn 14. It's a tricky corner, easy to lose the back end. Heavy braking for 15. You must connect with the curb. Do not spin the rear wheels and attack this final turn 16. He's onto the pit straight. This has been an exceptional lap. What a great start to the season. Over the line, no dramatics, straight into fuel-saving mode.
Fantastic. It couldn't be a better start to the season, and you know, I always said there was a slightly different approach to how I came here last year. Last year I wanted to just do a good job, and this year I wanted to get pole more than anything, so you know, I'm very, very comfortable.
What does it actually mean to the team and the whole sort of self-belief around McLaren?
Well, obviously with all the dramas that we've experienced in the previous year, it was great for me to see just how positive the team were, and just how determined they were to produce a better car, and really going into this season, they've done a great job. And so the plan was to start the season on a good foot, and it really couldn't be any better for none of us.
And we got a shot of you sitting in the car at the end of that first session, probably no doubt receiving the news that Kimi hadn't made it through. I mean, how do you react and receive that sort of news at a time like that?
You just got to put it out of your mind and focus on your job. I didn't know what was going on with his car, but you know, so it's unfortunate for him. But he's a guy I'm out there to beat, as well as everyone else. But you know, I guess we'll see.
Not just you, but great stuff from Heikki as well.
Heikki did a great job, and really, I remember he said to me earlier on, you know, he was a bit nervous on the first few laps of practice yesterday, but he did a great job, and it's a real pleasure. You know, the ambience in the team is fantastic. I don't think it's ever been any better.
The spectacle has gone up a few notches. It's great to see the cars moving around. How much are you enjoying the absence of traction control?
I enjoy it. I mean, it's a challenge for everyone, and you know, this is real racing. I've always been saying for years, I wish the cars were a bit more like they were in the sort of Senna and Prost days, and we're slowly moving more and more towards that. And so without traction control, it's tricky trying to put 760 brake horsepower, 80, whatever we got. It's hard work, but we managed to do it.
I suppose the great examination of a driver's ability to work without traction control is a race start. What are your thoughts about the start tomorrow?
The start's going to be tough. I think you've seen starts are quite boring, I think, in Formula 1 previously, apart from the first corner. But just due to the fact that everyone's got these controls that really help you, so everyone sort of gets off to the same sort of start. But I think this year you'll see a much wider variation, I think, because some people have dealt with it better. Some people will get more wheel spin than others, and if you do break traction, it's hard to gain it back. And so, you know, I've just got to make sure that, you know, the key was getting on the clean side. I know how much of an advantage everyone had on the clean side last year, so I'm going to try and put that to good use.
And this now in the McLaren garage, all part of the McLaren pre-race tradition, the Lewis Hamilton pre-race tradition. Handshakes all round, especially at the start of a World Championship season, when your team has got you on pole position.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just Lewis. You know, he just goes around, makes sure everybody's happy. I think he just makes a bond between every single member of the team. And I know back at base as well, back at the factory, everyone's got a great deal of respect for him. But he's got a great teammate as well, Kovalainen. I think that's something that Lewis has made quite evident this weekend. It's good to have a strong teammate with him, and they've been enjoying each other's company.
And significantly, it was big handshakes from Lewis on Kovalainen's side of the garage as well. That sort of thing wasn't happening last year.
Definitely not, Steve. No, there was a little bit more of a